Hello, geometry students. I've missed you. This is your teacher, Miss Taylor, coming with two lessons for this week. This is your first lesson. The other lesson will be loaded Wednesday, and then Friday will be a review. So it'll be just like class. I teach you, and then you go off and practice. That's it. So here we go. Today's lesson is about circle, area of circles, the sector area of a circle, the circumference of a circle, and the arc length. We're just going to throw it in all together because it's pretty easy. Some of you do know how to do. Make sure you're following along with the notes. That would be like you're going into your spiral, which you would follow along with me in class, and you would put it in your spiral. If some of you guys have your spiral, unfortunately, most of you guys don't because you left it at school. You can always keep a copy of it and put it in. Hopefully, we'll get back to school sometime. Here we go. All right, so the formula for circumference is C equals 2 pi r or pi d. Now remember, the circumference of the circle is the length around the circle. It's the length around the circle. So if I cut the circle and just stretch it out like it was a string, it would be that length measured. That's what the circumference is. So let's actually try a quick problem. This is not on your notes. Right here, notice it is not on your notes. So, because I believe you guys already know this. So find the circumference of a circle. Okay, so we need the radius, which is 12. That's easy. And then we're going to use the formula. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer. The answer was 75.4. But let's look at the formula. So the formula says do circumference 2 pi r. So right now we're just going to use 3.14 for pi instead of using the pi on the calculator, just in case you don't have a calculator with pi on it. So 3.14 times 12, I just multiply that out and I get 75.4. That easy. You guys do remember circumference. That's an 8th grade topic. Now let's get into sector areas and arc length. All right, so now we have another formula, and there's two ways you can do it. But this formula right here would be on your formula chart that you get from the district. So the arc length of a circle, and so arc length is just a piece of the circle cut out, not the whole circumference all the way around. Not that. It's just a piece of it. So here, for example, we just want this piece. And so what you do is you just need to get the proportion of it. So that X that's right there represents the degree measure that I want of that arc. And the whole circle, all the way around in degrees, is 360. So we just want a piece or a fraction of it, and that's where the formula comes from. And we still use the circumference formula right there because we want a piece of the circumference. So here we go. So let's do this. So they want to know, find the arc length of the circle below. So they want to know how much is this, only this length around the circle. That's how much they want. So let's look at the formula. So the formula says to find arc length, I'm going to take X, and X is that number right there. It's a portion, it's the proportion of the arc that you want of the circle, the 360. So of the 360, I only want 135 degrees in my 360. So after that, let's just substitute everything we do know. So the 135 comes into play. I still have 2. I'm going to use 3.14 for pi and 13. And I'm just going to multiply all that out. And I get the arc length is 30.6 kilometers. There we go, that easy. All right, so let's jump to example 2. All right, so here I would say pause the video so you can do example 2 on your own. So I'm going to give you a countdown for you to pause, and you come back to the video and see if you actually got it right. So here we go. Our countdown is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, and you should be back. So here we go. It says again, find the arc length. Find the arc length. So we need to find the arc length of that circle. So first thing, we need the formula. And again, that X is the 75. Okay? So since that X is the 75, we're going to put 75 right there. We're going to plug in that radius and then just do the math on our calculator, and we get 13.1. And that's what you should get. I hope you got it. Let's move on to the next topic. All right, so area of the circle is a different formula. So area is all about the space of something, so of a two-dimensional figure. So it's the space contained in my two-dimensional figure. So the area of a circle is pi r to the second power, which you always hear pi r squared. Very easy to do. Again, we're going to use 3.14. This problem is not on your notes, so don't freak out. So let's find the area of this circle. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the answer. The answer is 452.2. Let's see how they got that. We're going to use our formula, and that should not be circumference. That actually should be area. Mistake by me. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. So our area equals pi r squared. So I'm going to do 3.14 times 12 to the second power. And I get 452.2. And I have feet to the second power because I'm in 2 dimensions now. Okay, so I'm going to give feet to the second power for my measurements. Let's keep going. So now we're going to do the same thing now. What really matters is the area of the sector. That's what's new. So we have a formula that would be on our formula chart, and it says take the proportion of the circle you want and multiply it by the area. And that's going to give you the area of the proportion of the circle you want, or the part of the circle you want. So let's try it. So it says find the area of the sector shaded below, round to the nearest 10. Use 3.14 for pi. All right, that's easy enough. So let's look at the formula. We have x over 360 times pi r squared. So x is still here, okay? That is x, 120 degrees of my circle. So that's where I'm going to substitute. My radius, let's use a different color, play around. My radius is the 17. So when I substitute, I have 120, 360 times 314 times 17 to the second power. Now, what's always frustrating to me is students always still add the 2 to the both formulas. Notice the 2 is not there. That was in my arc-length formula. It is the proportion times pi times radius to the second power. Pay attention to the formula and use it correctly. So let's go ahead and run the numbers on the calculator. You should get 302.5 if you round correctly. All right, so this is our last example. I think I can get under 8 minutes. Find the area of the sector shaded below, round to the nearest 10. Use 3.14 for pi. All right, so here's where you should pause the video and try it yourself. I'm gonna give you a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You should be back. And you should have worked out the problem. Let's see if you're right. All right, so I have sector area, x over 360 times pi r squared. Aha, the 90 degrees, where did that come from? That came from the degree, the proportion of the circle that I want. And the 4, different color, is the radius. Let's look at the answer. My answer is 12.6 feet squared. That is actually the end of the video. I hope you get that. If you have any questions for me, I will host a Zoom meeting that I'm going to send to you in Remind, as well as post it on Google Classroom. If you have any questions or help with the assignment. So the assignment is also posted in the same thing with the link for the video, as well as the notes. So you just have to actually work it out. I want you guys to show your work, show your substitution in the formula, and then you can take a picture of it and load it into your Google Classroom, and I can grade it. If you have any questions, again, I will have a Zoom meeting today. You'll get an invitation. Thanks.